What is the very latest on this?
Well, really, this is just the latest discourse that we have among these world leaders about what is happening in Venezuela. And what we're basically seeing is that this standoff is getting deeper and deeper. So what we're waiting for is this deadline at the end of this week for aid. And what we want to see is what Maduro is going to do with this aid. Is he going to allow that aid into the country, which is now starting to build up along the Colombian border, or not? And if he doesn't, what are the consequences?
The $3.2 billion in assets that have been seized, a very politically sensitive conversation, even between global leaders. Where does that go from here in terms of perhaps some of the courts, some of the international arbitration? I mean, what are you seeing at the moment?
Well, this is really all, again, part of the media play to just kind of show that, world leaders are backing Guaido. And $3.2 billion is not that much money when you're really talking about a government. But it's, again, part of the PR to say, you know what, world governments are willing to play game. The walls are closing in on Maduro, and we want to see how he's going to handle all of this pressure.
I know, Danny, you're across the pulse of emerging markets, and so I want to leverage on that and get a sense of what you're hearing from some of those investors when it comes to Maduro's plan to organize a concert of his own in response to that other fundraising event by Mr. Branson.
Well, a lot of the excitement that we saw a few weeks ago by investors who thought that this crisis was going to end quite quickly is starting to die down. This is starting to drag on. And investors now are starting to think that, you know what, rather than recovering 40 to 50 cents on the dollar with regards to the debt, they're now looking at between 30 to 40 cents on the dollar. So really, sentiment is starting to cool off, and people are starting to wonder, how long is this going to last?